I just soloed the Stormwind Stockades dungeon as a horde warlock in Season of Discovery Phase 1 at level 25. You can see my gear and talents rolling in the screen. To be clear here, I had never, ever in my life done Stockades before, and there's a reason for it. All my life playing WoW, I have been a horde player and I have never ever leveled an alliance character further than level 15 or something. So the Stockades was completely new instance for me, and oh boy, this was quite a run. To begin with, the getting into the dungeon part was kinda time consuming. The Stormwind City Skull leveled guards leveled me down with a 1 hit or a 2, and the way I got further was to res and die almost just to get the step or a couple onwards. And the first time I saw the run back from the Spirit Healer, I almost ditched this whole project. I mean seriously, you need to corpse run all the way from the completely most eastern point of Elwyn Forest. This is probably just a horde thing since there is a Spirit Healer closer to the city though. Well, at least because of this, when I got in, I didn't want to wipe a single time, but that was more like a dream rather than what became reality. By the way, I was prepared. I had stamina food, world buff, strong troll's blood potion, and a couple of armor and stamina scrolls, Elstone, greater healing potions, and of course soulstone on me. Now if you're planning to do this, I recommend you have at least the same things I had. If you had target dummies or glue or something, it might come handy. What comes to tactics, I really noticed only that you should pull mobs back a bit for them not to flee at low HP to other mobs. I like using Imp, but this time I was prepared to use Voidwalker with ease if there would be a trash pack of 3 or more mobs to be pulled. After all the mobs inside Stockades were the same level elites than I was or higher all the way up to level 29, which is 4 levels above phase 1 level cap 25. Fortunately, the trash packs were only 1 to 2 mobs at a time. A couple times I chain pulled more mobs without a problem, and the most I had to deal with a single time was 3. Which by the way went quite okay, if you don't count the 2 times like I was fighting a boss mob and low HP had pulled another complete room and so on. In my case this was a wipe, and I had another one when I pulled a boss mob by accident. All in all, the trash mobs are pretty simple. They do a stun here or there, but nothing fancy. Just clear the patrols and you should be fine. I didn't get the luxury of getting a rare mob spawn, unfortunately. In the footage, you can see that the first bosses, Targor the Dread, Cam Deep Fury, and Dexter and Ward are literally tank and spank, and they go down without any problems. Yeah, okay, they have some abilities, but they don't really matter if you're trying to solo them. The first true challenge was Hamhock, since he has 2 guards that will be pulled once you pull the boss. He does quite a lot of damage with melee and chain lightning, so I rank him as the hardest boss in this whole instance. I had somewhat a learning curve with Hamhock, and the tactics that should have been done in the first place was to initiate one ad he has, put Voidwalker to get aggro from a second ad, so that the Void and the ad it aggros will stay in another room or the hallway, while you pull Hamhock and the first ad to another room. Try to focus down ads first and drain life them as much as possible. When Hamhock does his chain lightning, try to loss it either with a small column inside a room or run to the hallway and back to the room repeatedly. This way you can avoid all chain lightning casts. Hamhock is level 28, so he will resist a lot, so it's kinda situational if you want to focus him down first or the ad instead. If your drain life resists even once in this fight, it will be a hard one. In my case, I ended up wiping once since 1 low HP ad pulled another room, but I managed to kill him in the second pull since I had killed one of his ads in the first try. So, in the end, the fight was only Hamhock and 1 ad. Because of this, I used Imp since it does way more damage than Voidwalker and it keeps its distance if chain lightning was going to go through. Now to the last boss, Basil Thread. Nah, he was kinda lame. You should clear all the rooms around him and wait for him to run a bit further in his own room, so that you can pull the 2 cards he has without Basil himself. And because he patrols around in his own room, I managed to get him ninja pulled once, so be aware when clearing trash. After that I sacked Voidwalker and summoned Imp fast and pulled Basil immediately. He is level 29, so resists are a slight problem, but I'm sure you will manage to get him down if you got this far. He tries to flee when he reaches the last 10%, so just know that. It just makes the fight a bit easier. The whole Stockades run took about 1 hour and 20 minutes when I got in. With 2 corpse runs when I wiped, I had a fair share of respawns, so this could probably be done in 1 hour pretty easily when you get used to it. Don't know exactly why would you do it, maybe for BOE farm, chest farm, or for sport maybe, I don't know. So that's it for today guys. Let's see how phase 2 goes with these solo dungeon runs. See you again next time. Peace!